All right, you guys crushed the expectations on the previous video. I'm just asking for 350 likes. And all right, welcome to another EA Sports UFC 3 video. And today we'll be going over the controls of the beta. Fortunately, I was able to get over 120 games, won about over 100 games in that beta. So I had a really good time finishing in the top 25. So I'm going to be going over the controls from the stand up to takedowns, and also the brand new game-changing clinch system that I'm so excited for and can't wait to the release of UFC 4. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. All right, now the first category that we'll be going over is takedown controls. And we have a PlayStation controller in the bottom left-hand corner. All right. Wrestling single leg, L2+1, a little bit different from UFC 3, and you have to hold this, okay? Because if not, then that's going to throw a low strike. In the double leg, L2 and 2, you need to hold this to make this happen. So single leg, double leg, both holding L2, either 1 or 2. All right, then we get into the power single leg takedown, L2, L1+1. And you have to hold this. Then moving on to the power double leg takedown, L2, L1, and 2. So it's pretty easy, these takedowns. You just hold these button combinations. And the big thing is that single collar clinch now is R1+1 to get into it from the standing position. Okay, so that's pretty simple from the stand up. Now, again, this is a shot from the trailer where you had these chain long drive takedown animations. We're going to get into that shortly. But I'm telling you, we got to give shots to Gameplay Dev. He had a complete thread on takedowns in Twitter. In case you missed it, when you shoot for a takedown, if your opponent does not defend, you'll finish, meaning get the takedown. If he defends early, he'll reverse you into single, under, or sprawl if he's pressing away from you when he defends. Okay, so that's a lot of meta going on right there, kind of similar to UFC 3. That you need to be reading. Also, further, if he defends successfully but late, you'll go into the driving takedown. This part works similar to UFC 3 in the sense that stamina, grapple advantage, and timing determine the stamina drain, okay? And the stamina drain and the delta determine whether or not you finish the takedown or he defends. All that means is who has the most stamina at the end of that battle wins. That's all it means, okay? So someone is either going to win that takedown or someone is going to get stuffed, whoever has the most stamina. Now, takedown drives. This is one of the things I'm most excited for. When inside a takedown drive, move in different directions with the left stick to throw off your opponent. So this is going to add a whole lot more meta when you go for a takedown. You're going to be able to pick what side you want to drive to. Now, Gameplay Dev went on to say, however, once you're in the drive, you can turn the corner left or right to try to finish him immediately. He can defend that by following your direction with the left stick. You can chain these attempts together until the drive is over. So maybe that's some of the things that we saw in that trailer. I wasn't able to do that in the demo because I didn't know all of this stuff, but that's how you do it. Further, he goes on to say, if you have a stamina advantage but feel like you're going to lose the driving takedown, you can release the stick and come up into the clinch. So that's another way you can get into the clinch by going for that takedown, releasing the clinch, etc. Once you hit the cage, all of the same stuff applies. Turns, releasing it to the clinch, etc. But it all takes longer. Okay, now let's get into the main thing that I'm excited for. Clinch controls, man. This changes the entire game here. Let's get into this clinch work. Now, your lead hand plus R1 is going to get you into the clinch. So if you're traditional, it's going to be R1 and 1. But if you're southpaw, R1 and 2. Now, once you're in that clinch, let's get into the same takedowns. Is still the same. L2 and 1, you just hold it. We're going to go through this quickly because it's the same as stand up. The double leg, L2 and 2, you want to hold that. Power single leg, L2, L1 and 1. Power double leg, L2, L1 and 2. And then you can do these modified single and double legs with the R stick, with the stick for the takedowns. Now, I got this in green because a lot of people did not know this. To advance your position once you're in the clinch, look at that, R1+1 +1 or R1 +2, probably based upon what your lead hand is. And that's why people didn't know it was so many positions in the clinch. A lot of us thought that it was just 1 or 2 positions in the demo because we didn't understand how to advance positions in the clinch. They're there, you just don't advance with that menu that we had in UFC 3. So this is going to clear up and just open up all of this stuff that people thought that wasn't there. It's actually there. So that's why I'm really excited about this clinch. You guys got to feel this clinch. It just totally changes the game. Now you also can do R1 and 3 for the trip or the throws, R1 and 4, just like that. Throw your opponent off of you and you're out of the clinch and you got that takedown, or you can initiate that submission straight. Now you got to watch out for these standing guillotines and flying arm bars just right there. L2 R1 and 1 or L2 R1 and 2. And even somebody asked, in the beta, are there only 2 clinch positions? In the game, there are more questions. I assume there is. Gameplay Dev replied, the beta has all 9 clinch positions depending on how you count them. We just didn't know at the time how to get into those clinch positions. Now, let's get on to clinch grapple defense. Now, the takedown, any takedown standing or even in the clinch, just hold L2, R2. That's all you got to do. If you want to defend, you think they're going to do those submissions, just hold R2. That's all you got to do. It's pretty simple. You just got to know the new controls. Takedown defense modifier, when they're taking down, doing those driving takedowns, you need to follow their motions with that left stick. All right, and then to escape the clinch, you just back up. And for me, I always would try to follow my opponent. Now these core strikes here, you want to throw some of those Usman type hooks. Then you got L1 and 1 or L1 and +2. Just to throw those hooks in the clinch. Or then you got your uppercuts the same way, 1 +2 or 2 +4. I'm sorry, 1 +3 or 2 +4. Same thing right there to throw the uppercuts. Now these things are damaging. I would get these off all the time. L2 +3 or L2 +4 to throw those body knees, okay? And this is how I would drain a lot of stamina. And a lot of people, I did pretty good in the beta, man. So you got to understand this whole clinch mechanic. It's going to really come into play in the game, because you necessarily don't have to initiate like just that clinch and then go into this whole menu thing. It's so dynamic and it's so fluid. Now you can throw these elbows. I didn't get a chance to do this. I really want to see how this works. L1 1 +3 or L1 2 +4 right there. L1 pretty much throwing the uppercuts. Now let's go on to head movement, because this is linked to the clinch, because this is how you evade the clinch or you get out of it. Head movement, use the right stick to move your head away from strikes. Combine head movement with blocking R2 for more safety. So finally, not only can we just sway, now we can sway and block. So I seen a lot of people go up into that like Mayweather type of defense, man. You guys are really gonna like it when you see that block up and you're gonna be able to sway. I'm pretty sure it's some meta surrounding that where it might take more stamina. Your guard, it's still going to get hurt whenever you get hit doing that. So I'm not sure what the meta is, but you got 2 ways to sway right here. Now let's get into what everybody wants to know about, is this submission controls. We just going to cover it at a high level. I might do another video later on to get right into the details. Look at that crazy standing guillotine. Now, the submission game, we got 2 different type of submissions. You got a choke submission and a joint submission. Now, and they'll have 2 different mini games that come up. Choke submission, rotate the left stick to place your bar on top of your defender's bar. Same thing with the joint submissions. Press RT, LT to place your bar on top of your defender's bar. So you're just either going to use the left stick to play the mini game, or you're going to use the triggers to play the mini game. Okay, that's all you got to do. More details to come in the next video if I get those likes. Now, the community is put together. The ultimate proving grounds for EA Sports UFC 4 is back with the ESFL, man. If you guys are one of the best in the world and you want to see the best competition, you want to head over to ESFL. Check out that Discord. We starting in August 14th. Now, if I get 350 likes, that's all I'm asking for in this video. I'll immediately start work on the next one. Please join my Discord, IMUHBOXER Gaming. People have been winning games over there, and there's a lot of other fun stuff. Please subscribe to the channel. There's a link to my Twitter right there. All of the links to my social media will be in the comments below. And thank you so much for the support that everybody showed on the previous video. It beat my wildest expectations, man. So that's why we're seeing another video so quickly. Now, I work really hard on the video so we can have some quality and some fun content going into UFC 4. I'm really hype about the game, and I just want everybody to understand the meta as we go into UFC 4. See you in the next video. Peace.